Hello, I welcome all of you who has joined us now. Media Center Ukraine Ukrinform is going on with its work, and now we will be speaking about the situation in Odesa Oblast or region. We are in touch with Serhiy Bratchuk, the spokesperson for the Odesa Oblast military administration. Serhiy, hello. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes. Serhiy, what was the last day? How was the last day in Odesa region? During this night, thankfully, we didn't have a single air raid alert or shelling because, as you know, the enemy's missiles attacked our region before. The resort place of Zatoka, which is well known not only with its treating qualities and the place of relaxation, but that enemies targetedly shelling this place, this natural reserve for resort relaxation which used to be at this place. But today, in fact, lots of things and buildings are destroyed, and the enemy who shelled with the Soviet missiles Ha-22 again destroyed another resort which didn't have a single Ukrainian soldier or any military equipments. 7 buildings of this resort are destroyed, and also 15 country houses are fully destroyed. More than 30 are damaged. Thankfully, we didn't have any casualties. Only 4 people were wounded. 1 citizen decided not to stay at the hospital, so he was provided by the medical treatment and help. 3 more people are in the hospitals, and they are feeling well. The 4th person got the necessary treatment, and after the observation, he was allowed to get back home. And again, it's good that we didn't have any casualties, but the whole world saw what was the destroyed the consequences of the destroyed buildings. And we can see that in spite of this calm night, any shellings of missiles is totally possible, because the threat is still rather high, both from the sea, because in the Black Sea we have at least 2 ships which are missile barriers, cruise missile barriers of caliber type, and also we understand that the enemy will try to attack from the sky, from the strategic aircrafts. And let's not forget about the territory of the temporarily occupied Crimea, where there are some of the air assault systems which they used for shellings as well. This is the current situation. As for now, we have the counter-sabotage activities, which leads to certain outcomes. We already informed you several days ago. We discovered a network of FSB, the security service of Russia, which was dealing in Odessa and the region. We are finding the people who are trying to shoot and to make pictures and videos of the objects of critical infrastructure and provide the aggressor with these materials. And we have some of the people who have something in common with the saboteur groups, because during the search we find not just information or literature, but also ammunition. So the work is ongoing in this sphere. We can speak what we can tell you about, we are telling you about. And in fact, we have some of the investigation operational measures, and about some of them we'll tell you a bit later. But believe me, the work is rather efficient. Serhiy, recently we know that at Mykolaiv region, they took the decision to close the region for the weekend, to create a very powerful work on collaborators to find out them. Do you plan some of the measures like this in Odesa region? If there is such a need, our certain structures will be speaking about that, and will make the society aware about that. And this information will definitely be timely provided. The work which is conducted now leads to really cool and good results. The Odessa residents and the region residents help us actively, so if there is such a necessity, we'll definitely make you aware about that. Recently, as we know, there was one more case with an explosion of the mine of the person who wanted to have some rest at the sea. We understand that this is not the first case. What are you doing about that? Do you strengthen the patrolling, maybe at the shores? What are the measures you are doing to avoid such cases in the future? Yes, unfortunately, another tragedy took place. 3 people died, and I'd like to add that the body of the youngest damaged victim was 25 years old, and we were searching for this body with the UAVs. So unfortunately, we are not only speaking about the Odessa residents. The mines are not just selecting whom to kill or, God forbid, wound. So it can happen in any region of our state. So I thank you for the opportunity. I'd like to address to the residents of our region, to everybody who is living at our place, and maybe you're even coming here to have some relaxation and rest. Please remember, since the 25th of February, we have the prohibition to visit the Black Sea shore, the beaches, and to swim in the sea. Moreover, we have the storms, but we can see that the groups of the Russian Black Sea Fleet are moving to the shores of temporarily occupied Crimea, so they're taking some of the mines from the anchor. There are some anti-ship and anti-assault mines, and they can detonate in the water. They can be of different size. They can be brought to the shore. So the mine explosion threat is really high. As for patrolling, it is taking place constantly. We have the curfew, of course, and we do understand that we should follow the situation at the shore. Please bear personal responsibility. Save not only your lives, but the lives of your children, because sometimes it can even absurd, I will be frank with you, when the parents are taking pictures of their children from an interesting location, I would say. They try to take the pictures close to the sign. It is mined, and they just do that. So don't pose a threat for your children. Of course, we can speak about some administrative leverages written in our legislation, but my personal perspective is that during the war, such measures of impact, not only of administrative impact, should be implemented in the current legislation. The initiative should belong to the MPs, to the parliamentaries in the Verkhovna Rada. This could save lives, and that's what's necessary. We wouldn't like these tragic cases which I told about to repeat. Serhiy, recently the so-called grain corridors have begun their work. The freights are going from Odessa port. So what we are watching this process closely. Those corridors are working. What's the recent situation as of now? So if we speak about the figures now, 24 ships are working now. They have been working along this route. It is safe thanks to our armed forces of Ukraine, thanks for the liberation of the Zmyny island, because it was the key factor to open this grains project. In the morning, one more ship left with the industrial products to the port of destination. And one more important point, I emphasize the importance and the efficiency of this route, that the ships are coming to us, they're coming to load, and 4 ships today need to come, have to come today. One of them is in the port, as far as I know. They take the bulk of Ukrainian grains, and then they go along the predefined route. The route is working, the project is working. We thank the guarantors of this project, the UN, Turkey, and again I'd like to repeat, the armed forces of Ukraine, who provided us with such an opportunity to work in 3 ports of Odessa. Odessa, Pivdenny, and Chornomorsk are working. Dear colleagues, any questions, please? Victoria Nakonechna, Ukrinform. Could you please tell, did you calculate the sum of losses all over the region because of the adversaries' hits since the beginning of the full-scale invasion? I'm not ready to provide you this figure. If this information is necessary, we'll prepare it. Just in several hours we can provide it to you. In any case, we try to sum up, to calculate the consequences of the destroyed objects. We have some of the lists since the 24th of February, the lists of objects, and we took the decisions about each of them. If we remember this significant strike against Serhiyivka after Kharkiv, we can compare Serhiyivka and Kharkiv. As of the residential building, we took a certain decision. What will happen with it further on? So, of course, yes, the objects of critical infrastructure are destroyed significantly. Those could be military objects, and if you need such a figure, I'll definitely prepare it and will provide it. These are millions, multi-million losses. One more question. How is the region planning to begin the academic year? Is it possible to begin the offline studies closer to the shore, to the bank? Yes, this is reasonable to ask about that, because the holidays are almost over. The academic year will start according to the schedule on the 1st of September during the Knowledge Day. In Odesa region, we'll have the mixed form of studies, offline and offline, of course. The agenda and the curriculum is defined by point 1. Point 1 tells us about the safety and security of the children and the tutors. Considering this point, we will open these or those educational institutions. I will tell you again, we'll have the mixed form of training, where they have the shelters well equipped and prepared, where they have the consent of the parents, which is also very important. Then we will begin it offline. Yes, there will be such cases as well. I will not give you more details, not to show the locations because of the obvious reasons, but again, this will be the mixed form. Thank you, Serhiy. Finally, I'd like to ask you about the work of the critical infrastructure, in particular in Zatoka. Is everything connected? Is everything working? Or you still have some of the issues there? No, everything is functioning, thanks God. If there are some of the situations emerging because of the storms and winds and thunderstorms, and also we had huge rainfalls, some of the settlements really, unfortunately, didn't have power supply for some time, but our employees and experts have restored everything. As of today, everyone is provided with food products, and of course the critical infrastructure is working. It's obvious that this is the wartime, but even during the martial law, we do everything possible for the region to work for defense or for the future victory. We thank you that you found time and you've joined us. Thank you, dear colleagues. We had Serhiy Bratchuk, the spokesperson of the Odesa Oblast military administration. I remind you that our next briefing will take place at 1 p.m. Kyiv time. We'll get in touch with Serhiy, the head of Luhansk Oblast military administration. Stay with us.